Hey, what's going on, everyone? Back with another KBO slate breakdown. Hope you guys all had a good day yesterday. Good day on DraftKings. Got the pitchers right, both pitchers right, and got the stack, as a lot of people did, Deuce and stack, but J1 Kim with the home run, J.O. with the home run. So, cash on DraftKings, looking to keep it going today. Before we get started, you can drop a like down below and subscribe if you have not already. If you want to join us, you can visit the website. Links in description. So today, it looks like Deucin is looking like another very appealing stack. It's tough to argue against them. Facing off against the cheapest pitcher on DraftKings, Park from the Lodi side. They faced off against like the worst pitcher the last couple days, and today is not much of a difference. Park last year was decent with a 4.20 ERA, but it was only in 12 starts. As you see, he didn't get very many strikeouts. He gave up a decent amount of walks as well, which is why he didn't go very deep into games. Only had three quality starts. So definitely Deucin looks like a good stack. There isn't like a terrible pitcher. I think all these guys are decent. Um, but Park is definitely the least appealing out of that group. And then the Dino stack looks okay, just because they're facing off against a pitcher that is not a very good strikeout pitcher, and their offense is just very good. So the Dino stack, I like. I like the Deucin stack as well as a top stack of the night again. And then I'd say that the Kia side looks good. They're facing off against Jang here, and Jang is also probably one of the worst pitchers on the slate. I can say that pretty confidently. Looking at his numbers over the last couple years, gives up a good amount of home runs. He's actually okay with the strikeout rates, not terrible for this league, but I do think that a couple of the TSI players, like especially Preston Tucker, look good today in a lefty-righty matchup against a pitcher prone to power. So those are the top three stacks for me. And then I guess you could kind of look at the KIW side, but they have a lot of lefties and they're facing off against a lefty, a lot of lefty-lefty matchups. So that's a little bit not too appealing for me. But the pitchers I want to target, it's definitely Koo here again. First start of the year, mentioned he has the best strikeout stuff in the league. Gave up no runs, 6 innings. Couldn't ask for a better start. 90 pitches, 31 DraftKings points. It's a good spot against KTW. Their offense has some good hitters in it, but they've struggled this year, and the Dinos should be favored today pretty heavily. Flexen also looks good in terms of a strikeout upside that he possesses. Um, so I love Koo, I love Flexen. You go a little bit cheaper. You could play like Lee if you want, but I think that Tyler Wilson is too cheap. He's only 7,200. Hopefully people don't play him just because they see that negative 6.9 next to his start or next to his name. But this is one of the best pitchers in the KBO over the last couple years, as you see by the numbers. Got off to a rough start against the best offense, or one of the best offenses so far in the Dinos. So it's not like he got lit up by the Eagles or any team like that in the first start. So I feel confident that he's going to bounce back. He is getting paid like he should, 1.1 million salary there, and I think he will, just based on the longer sample size that we've had over the past couple of years. And on DraftKings, 7,200 is just too cheap. So now I'll touch on the stacks that I mentioned: the Kia stack, the Dino stack, the DOO for sure, and that's pretty much it for me. Those are the top three stacks I'll try to get my players from. Speaking of which, on the Dinos, Altair once again left the game with a hand injury. So if he's out, then you're going to get a really nice cheap hitter. I don't know if you'll need the savings on DraftKings, but on Fanduel, touch on him. There, he's like $2,400. But starting off here at first base, you have J.O. Continues to be cheap on DraftKings, 4,200 for him the way he's been playing. I will continue to play him. It's another great spot. He is just on fire right now. The entire team is on fire, and they are facing off against a very bad pitcher. So J.O. is another guy that I will once again have in my first base spot. Second base, Fernandez looking like a really nice option. You have Park from the Dinos side. Looks okay. He's at 4,000. That's pretty cheap for him. You have another guy in the Dinos Nook at just 3,000. Looks nice at that price point. Third base, Park at just 4,300. Looks pretty good there. At shortstop, though, this is why you can pay up for on the guys on the DO side because they're not only in the best spot of the night, but they also have some nice prices. You got a shortstop batting sixth at min price on DraftKings, Jae-Ho Kim. $2,000, just incredibly cheap. I'm definitely going to be trying to get him in the shortstop spot so I can pay up for pitching and I can pay up for my outfielders. Over on the outfield side, Preston Tucker at 5,600, looking like a guy that I will like tonight. 0 for 5 last night, but that's not going to scare me off of him. It's a good spot against a pretty bad pitcher, lefty righty matchup, and this guy has absolutely slate breaking upside as he's shown once already this year. Other than another start, he had 26. So, um, if I had to pick anybody that I like on the Kia side, it would be Preston Tucker just for the power that he possesses. And then last but not least, the guy that's been killing it for the DO side is Jaewon Kim, 4,900. Feel good about getting him in there once again tonight. Another great spot. He is just on fire right now as well. 25, 35, 20 last 3 games. And happy to say that I've had him in all of those spots. So 4,900 for him is still underpriced for the amount of upside that he possesses. So definitely Jaewon Kim at that price point looks like a great spot or a great option to target. And over here on Fanduel, I will go ahead and plug everybody back in. Thanks for reloading the page. Wilson, J.O. at 4,200. Kim, min price does make no sense for the best stack of the night. Preston Tucker for the power. And another power hitter for sure. Jaewon Kim, 4,900. And on the Dino side, we have some cheap peas. I don't know why they're so cheap on DraftKings. It makes no sense. Sungbum now one of the best hitters in the league is 3,600. You have, if Altair misses a start, which I do expect, you have $2,400 for Hee Duan Kwan, who would probably start in place of him. And then the other spots are also pretty cheap at third base, second base. So the Dinos look like another spot that, even though none of them made the core, I feel good about getting to some of them. And that's it for DraftKings. We will move over to FanDuel. FanDuel pitching wise, we have the most expensive pitcher, as expected, is on the Dinos, $28. That's a little bit expensive. Personally, although I don't fault you for paying up for that, I probably would pay up for that until I see that Tyler Wilson and the LG is the cheapest pitcher on the slate, which makes absolutely no sense. Cheaper than Lodi, cheaper than the KT, cheaper than the Eagles. So don't know why Tyler Wilson is getting disrespected over on FanDuel, but $20 for him for the upside that he has. I will for sure take the savings there. Allows me to spend up for the big bats that I definitely want in my lineup. Jose Fernandez, no hits last night. One of the few times I think that's going to happen over the next couple weeks as as the team continues to look great. But he is the best hitter, if not a top 2 or top 3 hitter in the league. Still batting over 500, even though he had no hits last night. Uh, Outfield wise, Jaewon Kim expensive, but I will definitely get him in there just because we have some cheap options. Um, Preston Tucker looks good at $14. But speaking of the guy on the Dinos that I thought was too cheap, because Altair I don't think he's gonna play today. But I also wake up early at 5 a.m. to make sure everybody's in the starting lineup. So he's only $6. Hee Dong Kwan also will allow you to pay up for any bat that you want. So $6 for him on FanDuel. He's been hitting the ball well to start. Probably will bat like maybe in the bottom of the order, like 6 or 7, but I think he can still pay off that salary given how cheap he is. And then Preston Tucker just because it's a great spot for him. So that's the DraftKings and FanDuel breakdown for today. On FanDuel, some other cheap options. If I had to say, on the DOO side, you also have cheap plays if you need some savings here. You have the shortstop is $8, also very affordable. You have $11 for Juwan Choi, looks like a nice option, and then the leadoff hitter is $13. Who's been struggling? So I would definitely would get to the other guys before I got to him. And then the Dinos continue to be underpriced on FanDuel and DraftKings. Yuji Yang, $13, too cheap. Sungbum, not too cheap. You have Sukmin Park, too cheap. Even Lee is too cheap at $10. So definitely the Dinos look good. And then the Kia side, I just like Preston Tucker today. Feel like he can go yard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Can hit the like if you enjoyed, and check out the website. And good luck tonight.